Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the May 21st Board of County Commissioners meeting. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty then. All right. Good morning again, everybody, and first thing on our agenda are our minutes. Gentlemen, do we have any additions or corrections?
No.
I move to approve the proceedings of the Board of County Commissioners for Montezuma County for Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the proceedings of the Board of Commissioners, Montezuma County, May 14th, 2024. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, it looks like, Ian, you have one on there you need to sign. So, all right, next up, we have no planning today, so it's probably gonna be a relatively short meeting. We're gonna jump right into public comment. Do we have any public comment? Okay, well, then we're gonna bypass
Do we have
that.
any public?
We do have some public in the room. And we're gonna jump right down to the social services, which I do not see, but I did
I
hear a
heard the door
door.
click.
Might be them.
Aha.
Yeah. Here they come. Lori and LueAnn. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Whoever wants to start first. LueAnn? Pull it as close to you as you can get it.
Kelly's going to be at the CCI Summer Conference from May 28th through the 30th. Do we need to do the other stuff first? How do you guys?
Okay. Well, we can go ahead and take care of the records of proceedings and the financials.
Okay.
So, Commissioners?
I would so move we approve the record of proceedings for the Board of Social Services for April 23rd, 2024, and also the financials in the amount of $1,367,429.35.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the record of proceedings for social services for the month of April, for April 23rd, 2024, and the financials in the amount of $1,367,429.35. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now you can continue.
Now I can continue since I messed that up. Anyway, again, she is going to be attending the CCI Summer Conference, May 28th through the 30th. And then she will also be attending the Child Support Services Conference from June 2nd to June 5th. We've attached this form here, the Core Services Family Preservation PAC report. It needs to be signed so that we can send it to the University of Colorado. They provide information on the reports of core funding usage. So the BOCC acts as the Family Preservation Commission, and then Kelly and Lori and I review all the contracts annually. And then if we need additional services or, providers to help us with the contract, then we can fill in those gaps. And the next core plan will be presented to you in June of 2024 for approval. So, anyway, that one just needs to be signed.
Okay, so this is more of a, I guess, question for you, Ian. Is this just this signature on the core services, or do we actually need a formal action on that?
I would go ahead and just make a motion
Okay.
to approve it and then sign it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gerald.
I move to sign this Core Services Family Preservation PAC report, membership list and signature page.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the core services family preservation / PACT report membership list and signature page. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. That's pretty much it. And Kelly, we'll be going to the CCI summer conference, you did say? Okay. Well, we'll see you all up there next week, which means that we will not be here next week because we will all be gone. So, anything else?
Our department has been awarded the Distinguished Performance Award for 2023, which means that the whole department has met all of their CSTAT scores of 75% or higher. And so Kelly would like to publicly celebrate them at your next BOCC meeting with your approval, and then provide additional information on the CSTAT scores and, and the other annual performance overall.
Well, congratulations. It's a,
Yeah, they worked really hard to do that. That's the second year in a row that that the department has received this Distinguished Performance Award. So they're doing well.
good. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't see an issue with being able to get down at our next BOCC meeting. Just get with Travis and he'll get it on the agenda.
Okay,
All right.
that's good. She's continuing all of the community collaborations with the Interstate Oversight Group, the Colorado Youth Detention Continuum, the Team Up Steering Committee, the Child Maltreatment Action Team, the Community Engagement Team, Dependency and Neglect Steering Committee, BETA, the Community Attendance Committee, the Homeless Prevention, and the Senior Services Advisory Board, and the Community Health Assessment Advisory Committee. So she keeps all of us involved with all of those county partners.
Good.
So, it looks like we're pretty much staying the same as we did last year with all of our programs, the child care, Colorado Works, all of it seems to be pretty much staying right level.
Okay, so everything's on track. You guys are doing well.
Seems
And
to be,
and you
yes.
have another award for 2 years in a row. That's perfect. Thank you. All right, anything else?
I think that's all. Do you have anything else?
Okay,
That's all we have.
all right, short and sweet. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right, we have some unfinished business. I'm gonna move Mel up to the top. He was at the bottom, but I'm gonna move him at the top, because he's sitting here in the room.
Okay. For our conversation this morning with Wayne at Consci over this new bid proposal, discussing with Wayne, this is a whole new project, and we've decided with his approval that we're not going to continue. We're going to scrub this operation at this point, paying for the remote costs, the survey, which brought out the bust, standby costs, and we're going to take care of the cost of the liners because there's already been a contract signed on that. And we can store the liners till next year when we're ready to put them in. So we're looking at it about $62,400 and some, give or take just a little bit. We'll get the final figures from him, but that's where we're at right now, and he agreed to that, so.
Any questions?
No. Gerald, do you have any?
The only thing that jumps out to me is, I mean, obviously we won't have a meeting next week. You guys are gone. what I would suggest is that you make a motion today to terminate the contract or authorize me to work to terminate the contract and then just set an amount that we won't pay in excess of to get out of it. So, Mel, you said we're looking at about 62. I mean,
62,420. He said there would be a slight increase in the mob cost because of road construction, but I don't know what that would be.
So that's looking at it, in the conversation this morning that Travis, I, and Mel had, that was the MOB cost, which was initially bid, the 41,320. And then, again, the liners, which were in the contract, we'll just take those out, we'll pay those. But yeah, the fees, what he sent to us on that, if you look at this list right here, the MOB cost plus the 4650 for the survey, for the bust, which is where we found the issue, and then the number 8, the standby cost of the 16,450, which equaled that 62,000. So I think if we make a motion to not exceed 63,000, we should probably be
I would think
okay.
we'd be pretty close, yeah. And Ian, I'll give you this paper with this stuff highlighted on it.
okay, great. Thank you.
I would so move we terminate the contract down at the landfill for cell 5. And it's not to exceed $63,000 in cost. And it includes us retaining the liner.
Correct. We'll need to pay for that liner. He's already signed the contract on that.
Yeah.
And we got to have it one way or the other, so
Right.
it doesn't matter. So,
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to terminate the contract for the landfill cell 5 construction and not to exceed an amount of $63,000 for fees associated with it and to retain the 4 liners. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thanks,
There you go,
Mel.
Mel. Thank you, sir. Is Mr. Dober going to come
Thank
back in? If not,
Thanks.
no big deal.
Okay, I will.
Yesterday, in our workshop, we had these grants submitted to us. The first one is the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment Women, Infant, and Children Grant for public health. This grant is in the amount of $123,524, and we're using the $35,747.85 as an indirect cost or in-kind cost. So that pretty much, this one's, I think it's an annual or biannual. Yeah, this runs to 2025. So any further questions on that?
No.
Okay.
I move to accept this Montezuma County grant application submission form for the Public Health Department for the 2024 Colorado WIC local agency application.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the Montezuma County grant application submission form for public health for the WIC program in the amount of $123,524. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the next one, which was also presented yesterday for another Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment for the core immunization grant. This one is also for the health department, and this is a reimbursement in the amount of $45,788. Any questions?
No.
I move to accept this Montezuma County grant application submission form for public health for the CDPHE core immunization contract amendment number 1-2025-0038 in the amount of $45,788.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the Montezuma County grant application submission form for Public Health Department through CDPHE for the core immunization contract amendment number 1 in the amount of $45,788. Further discussion?
Commissioner, that one is, it's an amendment to a contract, and it's one that you have in your DocuSign email. So you'll also need an authorization for you to sign.
Okay, so again, this is an amendment number 1, which was stated in the motion of 0038. Any further questions?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I'll pull it up in DocuSign here in a minute. All right. And then we have one last one that was presented to us yesterday. Colorado Secretary of State Election Security Grant. And this again is for election improvements. And this is also for reimbursement, and it's in the amount of $35,940. We did get with our IT department and look at things that we needed to do more security with. And with that, Robert, I'll let you explain a little bit more.
Yeah, that includes some cameras and access control. It includes updates to 2 computers that are used for signature verification, a security lockbox, like a locking file cabinet that they use for elections, and then there was one other item. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me.
The door security?
The door.
Door securities?
Oh, yeah, the access control.
Okay.
I move to accept this Montezuma County grant application submission form for the clerk elections, 2024 election improvement grant in the reimbursement amount of $35,940.53.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the Montezuma County grant application submission form for the 2024 elections improvement grant in the amount for reimbursement $35,940.53, and it does not require any matching funds. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Robert. With that, I'm going to have record time here. I'm going to go to our attorney because we're going into an attorney's report right now.
I have very little to report this week. We do have the response to Ironwood's latest motion to terminate the injunction. That's due this Friday. CDPHE did send an inspector to conduct a site visit at the Ironwood plant, and Commissioner Candelaria was there as well. Some pictures were taken, and we'll use those in our response. Other than that, I don't have anything to report.
All right, very good. Mr. Anderson.
A lot of meetings this week, particularly related to the crisis intervention program. We're still working through that. Going to have a couple more meetings here in the near future. Going to be headed to Denver this afternoon to attend an award ceremony for my son. So,
Congratulations to your son.
Pretty excited about that. And then just the payables for through April. So, general fund total $1,442,323.94. Road and Bridge, $382,232.03. Public Health, $195,373.86. Capital Fund, $2,002.56. Admin Fund, $3,008.88. Landfill Fund, $99,736.90. Check register payroll total, $2,124,678.17. Social services, $1,367,429.35, with a total of $3,492,107.52.
I would so move we approve the financials for April 1 through April 30th, 2024 for Montezuma County in the amount of $3,492,107.52.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the payables for the month of April in the amount of $3,492,107.52. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anything else, sir? Anything else? Okay. All right. Then jump right into Commissioner's report. To my right.
Yes, a little bit going on this last week. Went to city council, and in their consent agenda, I haven't been reporting much on it, but in their consent agenda, they do approval like special meetings and work sessions. They approved the expenditure list, and they renewed retail marijuana license for New View out there on Patton Street, approval of a hotel and restaurant liquor license for Fiesta Mexicana, approval of a hotel and restaurant liquor license for Rositas, which is tequilas. And then they approved 4 special event permits for the Cortez Retail Enhancement Association to host the Third Thursdays, which will be on June 20th, July 18th, August 15th, and September 19th at the Montezuma Park. They also approved a special events license for Cortez Chamber to hold business after hours at Remax out on East Main. They did a proclamation. They come out of consent agenda, did a proclamation for honoring National Hospital Week and transferred a retail marijuana license for Mountain Annie's from their location to across the street and a block east to the building that now hosts Lots of Pasta. So I don't know what Lots of Pasta is going to do. I haven't heard. And so after that, they let out a bid award for Public Works on a storm drain project. I think it was let at over $800,000. And they did write a vote on a letter of recommendation for the selection of air service at the Cortez Airport, and that went to, their recommendation is Denver Air Connection, which I thought was all right. Then they hired a real estate service to sell any unused city property if it ever came about, and I don't remember Montezuma Realty, I think is what it was. Yes. And they awarded a vehicle bid for 5 vehicles, different agencies within the city, and they appointed members to advisory boards. And that was about it for the city council. I did attend the Republican Lincoln Day meeting that was held Saturday night, and pretty good attendance. It was all right. It was a good meeting. Other than that, some messages and visits from people, and that was about it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Copenhaver.
We've been, it's not much to report this week, but we've been working through our AAA board, trying to get, we're gonna rehire a manager eventually. Once we get established, we're trying to get stuff straightened out in that association right now with the IRS, and a few things that weren't not being taken care of, and so we're trying to get through with that stuff, and hopefully when we get that all straightened out, we'll get a new director hired and get back on board with that. So that's in the process. I mean, there's going to be an application to go out, or announcement as to the position being to be filled and the qualifications and stuff. Pretty soon, I think, we get going. Other than that, I won't have much to report. Mankus will be tomorrow night, so plan on attending that. But
All right. Thank you. My week started out Wednesday. I met with Travis in one of the meetings. We had our Montezuma County Annual Fleet Analysis meeting with Enterprise. That meeting went well. We established some of the vehicles that we might be replacing and some that we might not be. She's doing an actual analysis on the whole fleet for us, and then when she has that done, that'll come in front of all of us to make some decisions on what we will or will not replace. Thursday, as Ian stated, I went and did the inspection up at Ironwood with CDPHE. Wrote a quick synopsis, sent that to Ian so that he has that for his records. Friday, Ian, myself, and Travis also went to the National Hospital Week luncheon out at the hospital. They were also celebrating a birthday. Ian ate the largest piece of birthday cake I've ever seen in my life, but he's young. He can do that. But actually, there were a lot of people out there. We had some pretty good conversations. And then he looked like a kid in a candy store walking around a helicopter, looking at the helicopter. So the only thing I couldn't keep him from doing is jumping in the little kids' balloons. So it was a pretty interesting afternoon. Yesterday in our workshop, and I would recommend people that are interested, we had an outdoor recreation industrial office, our ORIC, plan presentation with RPI Consulting. Gabe Preston gave us about a 45 minute overview of the analysis they did of our recreation and our assets that we have here in this county. So if you're interested, please go to the YouTube link and view that. It's pretty interesting, some of the things that we have here as far as assets in our community. The bigger thing to me is the $551 per trip that tourists are spending as they take a trip here into Montezuma County, which is an average, and the average is $63, and in Montezuma County they're spending $15. So there's a lot of room there for growth. I did get an email last night. As of last night, the Spruce Creek fire is at 1,644 acres. It is being managed by the Forest Service, and they have got it pretty well contained. They do have a Type 3 team in place with 95 personnel assigned to it. So things are looking good. They do have some burns in place, so it's kind of doing what they wanted it to do. And with that, I have come to the end of my report.
The only other thing I missed is this week is National EMS Week. Congratulations to all the EMS workers. We're proud of what you do.
And also too, if anybody else is interested, the San Juan National Forest does have a Facebook page, and it's San Juan National Forest. You can look at it on our Facebook, and that'll give you all of the updates of everything that's going on, specifically as it relates to that Spruce Creek fire that we have burning right now. It was, the smoke in the valley yesterday in Dolores was pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But obviously with the winds, it's moving it all around. So if you're seeing that, that's where that smoke is typically coming from. But if you're more interested in that, go to their Facebook page, San Juan National Forest. So, anything else, gentlemen?
No.
Kim, do you have anything? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn this May 21st, 2024 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.